When the U.S. government engages in critical missions around the globe, it often collaborates with civilian contractors like Valiant Integrated Services for additional support. With hundreds of vets on their team, they're well prepared to thrive and drive a complex mission to success. Take a look at this.
With global turmoil on the rise, it's more important than ever for the United States military to be prepared. To help with that mission, Valiant Integrated Services provides critical mission expertise, frequently in some of the world's most austere and dangerous environments.
And you also got to understand that I lost several men and women as well. And so, as a commander of these soldiers, that's a heavy burden to bear.
As heavy as that burden is, General Twitty understands the importance of using that experience to train the next generation of warriors. He found the perfect fit with Valiant Integrated Services.
It's important to me, after seeing soldiers down the battlefield, wounded on the battlefield, that we train the future generation to go off to combat, and that they're prepared and they're trained and ready.
So Valiant provides mission-critical services to the United States government and its allies. Our primary services are training and readiness services, preparing the warfighter for any challenges that may arise. And so we run some of the largest training centers for the U.S. government.
Large indeed. At Fort Polk, Valiant simulates real-time combat missions in The Box, a 100,000-acre military preserve that is constantly rebuilt time and again to resemble real-life conditions that the U.S. military confronts in their missions around the world. 1 month, it may look like a village in the Middle East. Weeks later, it may be completely rebuilt to look like a field of operation in Asia. Heading up that effort is David Detz, who left his senior position in the Army as a military police commander to oversee the ever-changing scenarios in The Box.
Basically, the Army trains brigade combat teams at Fort Polk. We work on creating a realistic, live, virtual, and constructive environment. And what we do is we help set the environment. We're the folks behind the scenes that make sure that the scenario and the environment is set to give them as realistic replication as possible.
Dave speaks from experience.
There's a lot of roadside bombs, a lot of folks. So the toughest time is when you have to make a decision that's putting people out on the road. And when you lose somebody, that's a difficult ask.
So it's very high threat zones that we operate in. It makes total sense for Valiant to focus on former military. General Twitty has had an incredible career. He is the ideal candidate to work for Valiant.
Well, I spent 40 years in the military because I love what I was doing. And I had a passion for soldiers, and I had a passion to serve. My grandfather served in World War II. He spent 11 years in the Army. And of course, when he served, it was a segregated Army. When I was 7 years old, my grandfather passed away. I was the last person that he saw. He asked to speak to me. He said, "Hey, you're gonna be in the service, and I know that you're gonna make sergeant one day."
That general would rise, becoming second in command of NATO forces in Europe.
In 2003, where we crossed over the berm in Iraq and we attacked into Baghdad, we were given the mission to attack into Baghdad and seize Baghdad. It really taught me a lot about leadership.
Dave Detz epitomizes leadership, and he's perfect because he spent his career retired as a colonel in the Army.
I love everything to do with my time in the service and serving the military. Valiant tries to live their values. Valiant really does care for the associates that work there.
From our standpoint, vets have almost all the qualities that we're looking for.
For more information on Valiant Integrated Services, visit onevaliant.com.